Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here, my name is Elena. I'm the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos. Here on the channel, we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking. I'm sure if you clicked on this, you just want to know how we're going to homeschool through the holidays. This is hopefully a collaboration with Abby from Rooted in Rest and Jessica with the Waldock Way. They have an open homeschool collaboration. I say hopefully because the past few, I haven't been able to figure out how to get my video linked, and I don't know what's happening. But I will try to link their playlist down below, even if this video doesn't get onto it, so that you can see other homeschool moms and their ideas and their plans for homeschooling through the holidays. So let's jump in and talk about what our plans are for this Christmas season. So first and foremost, I want to say that this Christmas season, I want to concentrate and not miss it. I think that I may have said this probably every season. I know I have a couple other videos on homeschooling through the holidays and plans and things like that, and I will try to link some of those down below for you. But I'm going to give ourselves grace and just give ourselves the time to actually enjoy the season. So that means if the tree doesn't get fully decorated on the day that I wanted to get decorated, or if all the meals and desserts and things that we had planned to make doesn't get made because we were just busy hanging out as a family, then it doesn't get made and we can do it another day. I don't want to set just this one day that we can only have these things. I really want to make sure that I am soaking in the family time. I think a lot of times that I can get so wrapped up in the prep of everything that I don't get to soak in that time with my family. And the past few months, weeks, years even have shown me that this is really important, and this is something that I want to do more of, is just actually be present with my kids. So the first thing though is that we cannot take off the whole month of December. That would be kind of awesome if we could, but my kids just don't function very well having that much vacation or non-school time. So we will have some days where we are not schooling at all, but most days we will be having our core subjects. Core subjects for us would be like English, math, Bible, but with Bible, we are probably going to transition into an Advent type. I'm kind of leaning towards one right now, but I'm not quite sure if that's what we'll do. It's a really simple print and go, simple Advent. And the reason that I'm leaning towards that is because this is the Bible story that the Bible that my youngest son is currently reading through with me and his siblings. And so I just think that that would be a great way to continue in his reading the Bible, but we can also incorporate it for a full family time. The next thing that we do that I one year decided we weren't going to do because I just thought the kids were getting too old and they weren't kind of into it, and then they requested that we do it, is Wandering Wisemen. So I know that I've talked about this before, and I will link that video for you down below so you can catch that if you want to know in detail a little bit more of what the plans are typically with that. It changes slightly every year, but the gist of it is pretty much the same. We don't do an elf on the shelf, so this is kind of, I guess, an alternative to that. This is an alternative to that. We use Wisemen from a child-friendly nativity set. Our particular favorite one is the VeggieTales. It's made out of plastic, so I'm not too worried if the kiddos get their hands on it or if it gets knocked over or something like that. So definitely don't want to use a breakable set. But we use that, and the Wisemen kind of wander through our home, making it closer and closer to the nativity set, hence the name Wandering Wisemen. And along the way, they either have surprises for the kids or activities for the kids to do. That can be anything from like coloring pages to memorizing a scripture. Other things that we've done is to like bake cookies for the neighbors or do a volunteer project, something like that. It could be really simple things. They could get into the DVDs and decide that it's going to be a movie day. There's all kinds of different things, whatever they come up with that day. So we'll probably be incorporating that again this year. Speaking of movies, we will be doing more movie study days. Movie study days are kind of like, I guess, what you would liken to like your brick and mortar substitute days at school, where you get to watch a movie and we're going to call it a study because I'm going to ask you some questions on it. Maybe we can make a snack or a treat to go with it. That's one of our favorite things to do, not just during Christmas, but like at any time. I love to pair foods with our movie that we're watching and kind of make a whole afternoon of it. So we will be doing movie studies. The way that we're going to go about doing that is probably snack and a movie, something that corresponds. My kids, 2 out of 3 are getting very interested in cooking more, and so they'll probably be helping set up the snacks, thinking of ideas, or if we have a whole meal, if it's like a lunchtime thing, or even a dinner time activity with Daddy, I think would be awesome. I've also purchased from Teachers Pay Teachers. If you've been on this channel, you've heard me talk about that website frequently because I really like it. You can go on there and just type in whatever it is that you're looking for, and I've never not found what I needed or something close to what I needed. I do have a son who is on the autism spectrum, and I've been able to find PEC schedules for him. I've been able to find things that cater or are more for his. I've been able to find things that help with his special needs projects and things like that. And so it's just been really, really great. Just recently, one of my kids needed more work with their math, and so we had to stop the math curriculum we were using, and they just needed more time to study this particular foundation of math. And I was able to go in there and find just a smaller study and practice pages and things like that, and get that downloaded and printed out for them so that they could have some more practice before we resume back to our regular math curriculum. So we really love that website. But on the website, there is in particular a shop called Mr. Hull's Movie Guides. I'm sure there are a ton more. In fact, I've used a couple more, but he's the one that I've used the most often. So I will link it down below for you as well. But he has really simple print and go movie studies. So I think we own like the Christmas, I think it's like a Christmas/Halloween kit, and we also own one for Klaus, the movie Klaus, if you've seen that. And you literally can just print off the activities and do it. So it's like I said, in traditional brick and mortar school, great substitute teacher plans, but sometimes I think in homeschool you can use that substitute teacher plans too. Mama needs to call it in a day, and these make great, I find, activities for those days. So we'll be doing some movie studies as well throughout the holidays. And then lastly, this year we're going to do something a little bit differently. I have Christmas books that we have kind of collected the last few years. When we did our big move out of state, I had to get rid of a lot of our books. We tried to keep as many as we could, but I found that we just, we didn't have as many seasonal books as I thought we did. So we ended up purchasing a grab bag. It was a grab box from Book Bundler, and I don't know if I showed the Christmas ones that we received. If I did a video on it, I'll show that. I'll share that down below. But we bought some Christmas books, and then we've collected a few, like I said, the few years through along the way. I think that this year, though, rather than just putting all the books out, typically what I would do is put them all out in a basket or in a pile, in a reading type nook area. I think I'm going to wrap up the books and then like presents, and each day the kids can pick out one package, and that will be the book we all read together. I think just wrapping it up gives it this sense of like new and fun and exciting, and it's just, for me even, it's fun to get to unwrap a gift, and I don't think that you ever really get too old for that. So I think that this year, in addition to just reading these books, we'll be wrapping them up. Maybe we'll draw numbers on them and put them in a little jar. I haven't quite decided yet if we're going to do numbers or if I'm just going to have the kiddos pick out a package that looks interesting to them. But so far, that is just the plans that we have. I have a lot of little crafts and things like that that we have kind of saved up throughout the year to do for the Christmas season. There's also things that we do that I think are becoming traditions. One year we made salt dough ornaments, and that was a lot of fun. So I think maybe I'll have the kiddos do that again, but we'll see. Like I said, if we don't get to everything on the list, the most important thing this year for us, for me personally, is just getting to spend that time with my family. And for us, if that looks like cuddling up on the couch and watching a movie, that's going to be good enough for us. That's going to be where I hold grace that I didn't plan this elaborate Pinterest perfect lesson plan. Not that there's anything wrong with those. There have been many, many years that I wanted to do that, and many years where they didn't happen. And I felt frustrated and sad because it didn't happen. And so rather than concentrate on that, I really want to concentrate on spending the time with the kids and just soaking in that togetherness. That's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. If you don't know, or you just need to be reminded, may I be the one to tell you, you are deeply and truly loved and so appreciated. I really appreciate you taking your time out and spending it here with me. Thanks for watching.